Hello, y'all. I wanted to come on here and share some things that I've been noticing about the debt payoff program and how it's been impacting me, things I'm learning. And I just barely started, y'all. I just had my $1,000 saved. And honestly, y'all, I'm learning a lot of tough lessons just in this first week since having my emergency fund. So I wanted to share that with y'all. So the first thing I wanted to share is like, when you paying off debt and you got your emergency fund saved and you're trying to do better with your money and everything, stuff still gonna come up. Like, even though I got $1,000 saved, my son now needs shoes. I might be running low in the budget for groceries. We overspent yesterday because of the Super Bowl. And then also I'm gonna need gas because I don't get paid for another 10 days. I'm gonna need gas to get to work. I work like 40 minutes away. I work 40 minutes away. So 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back. So I need gas. I also pick up my kids from school. And then I have 6 children, and me and my husband, like, stuff can pop up at any time. We need toilet paper, we need detergent, we need, like, life is not going to stop just because you're on a debt payment journey. If anything, you're going to notice it even more, the money that you spend and what's money's needed for. Now, my family does not qualify for government assistance. We qualify, the kids qualify for their insurance, so they have free insurance, but we don't qualify for food stamps or like WIC or nothing like that. So all food is budgeted from our paychecks, and that's kind of hard. It's so hard for me to budget food because my kids are growing up. My husband eats, he's a man. We all eat, and I feel like even when I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be enough for 2 nights, it's really only enough for 1 night. And so the food is not stretching as far as it used to, because in the past, my kids were young, they were little, so they ate less. And so the big eaters were me and my husband. But now the kids growing, money being spent, I had my food budget increase, and I kind of like, it's hard for me to get a tackle on it, to get a rein on it, because it's like I'm just now noticing. Usually I would just spend money, get what I need to get, do what I need to do. But now, since I'm trying to pay off debt and I'm very conscious of what I'm spending money on, it seems like I'm noticing like I can't afford like, food is expensive. Like, I'm starting to notice that, like, we didn't even buy that much for the Super Bowl. We bought like it's the stuff for Rotel, 2 big bags of tortilla chips. That's it. My husband got some steaks, which kind of ran up a little bit. But I mean, we ended up spending like $70 over, an extra $70 than we needed to. And so now that also leads me to another point, like premium stuff, like we can't really afford. Like, I'm noticing, like, we can't really afford steak. I can't afford steak because I'm the only one doing a debt payoff journey by myself. My husband's not doing it with me. I didn't want to wait and try to get him involved because we've tried that before, and I don't want to force him into it, but I want to take care of my debt. And so I'm noticing that premium goods like steak, like the name brand food sometimes, stuff that I would typically get, extra little seasonings that's like specialty seasonings that you don't really use, like I can't really buy those because I'm on a budget. Like, I have to budget for, like, you know, a good quantity of chicken, ground beef, like turkey sometimes is more affordable than ground chicken, like than ground beef too. And so it's definitely a big adjustment for my groceries. And then not even that, but other stuff. Like, I noticed shoe prices. Like, I used to spend money on shoes, but now I'm noticing, wait, hold up. Excuse me. My son needs some new shoes, and he said he wanted Vans. So I went on Amazon. Vans is expensive. I went on another website. Vans was $70. And then I went on another website. Vans was only $50. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to go here. But it's $50 for select color. So I need to see what color he like and get them. Or I might just get all black too. But it's also teaching me, number 2 is to shop around. Like, if you notice that it's 2 grocery stores next to you, look at their sales ad and see which one got the chicken on sale, see which one got the beef on sale. Because really it's meat and then little specialty things. Like, if I was to make tacos, the lettuce, tomato, onion, that stuff add up. The tortillas, like, that stuff add up. I'm also noticing like everything costs money. Like, when you don't get government assistance or nothing like that, and everything costs money, you notice that every shoe, every pickle, every time you go out to eat, anything you need, toilet paper, everything costs money. So you have to be very conscious of even where you go, what side of town you on, because on this side of town something may be cheaper, on that side of town no. Like, if you hungry and you out, you got to pack your lunch. You got to make sure you pack something light, so when you go out and about, like running errands, you're not tempted to stop at McDonald's because it can get expensive. Like, you start to notice every little thing that costs money, how much it costs. And I used to think stuff like that, oh, that's people being cheap. My lips dry. I think I left my Carmex. I did. Anyway, I thought I brought it. What? I have my AirPods. I don't have my thing. My Carmex, no. Anyway, my lips gonna have to be dry. But anyway, you notice like, okay, I'm going to run errands today. I want to make sure I don't spend money on food. So let me pack some leftovers from last night. So I'm packing that. Also, if I don't want to have to buy stuff like this while I'm out, I'm going to get my water bottle that keeps stuff cold. I'm put some ice in it, some water in it. So like it takes a little bit extra prep before I leave the house to ensure that I don't spend extra money. Also, I have to make sure, okay, when I go out, I need to go exactly where I need to go, get exactly what I need to get. Don't spend no extra money and come back home. I don't care if something on sale. I don't care if something this and that. It was not in the budget. Don't spend it. Another thing I've noticed is sales. Like, yeah, that item may be on sale, but it's causing you to spend money that you wasn't anticipating spending. Yeah, it might not be on sale from 2 weeks from now when you need it, but if you constantly buying stuff on sale, that will run your budget up because it's always going to be a sale. Whether it's on food, clothes, shoes, it's going to be a sale. If you don't need it right now or for the next 2 weeks or for the next month, don't buy it. I don't care if it say buy one, get one free. I don't care if it say buy one, get one at 75% off. Do not buy it because it's a trap. Because what they're trying to do is get you to buy, period. It's going to go to their bottom line, period. They don't care if you need it. They don't care if it's messing up your budget. They don't care if you need it or not. They don't care if it's going to be in addition to your household. Like these companies, these business don't care. That's another thing I noticed. I'm in a business class right now. I'm going for a business degree, accounting. And right now I'm in a general business class and economics. And so it's teaching you about supply and demand and what businesses do to gain your money and da-da-da-da. And it's kind of like almost like manipulation to get you to buy. And that's what those sales are, 50% off, 75% off. Do you think they losing money when they give it to you 50% off? No. They're going to meet their bottom line. And probably that item was actually worth less than what they were selling it for. So now they're selling it at the actual price it's worth and claiming that you're getting a discount. Some sales are really good. Like if my son needs shoes and I go to the shoe store and they like, oh, you buy this pair of shoes 20% off. Cool, I'm going to get that, especially if it's less than what I was going to get. But if you going and you just browsing around and buying stuff up just because it's on sale, you falling for the trap, boo. So that's another thing I noticed. Also, old habits die hard. When I used to get paid, like before this debt-free journey and stuff like that, when I used to get paid, I used to go to Ross. I used to pay all my bills. Go to Ross, give me a little outfit. Buy the kids what they want. We would go out to eat that night I got paid or the night after too. I was barely cooking because we was always eating out. And so those habits, of course, die hard because, like I said, you got to prep before you leave the house on like what food to take and stuff like that. You also have to prep in advance for food. You have to make sure you thaw that meat the night before. You have to make sure you got meat in the freezer to thaw. You have to check the groceries you got in the house before you leave the house, before you go grocery shopping to make sure you're maximizing on the groceries that you already have. You have to account for the days that your kids are out of school, when it's a school break. You have to think about what they had for dinner the night before, because if they had ground beef the night before, you don't want to make the same spaghetti 18 days in a row. You know, you want to have some variety so that the kids eat the food and that your husband eats the food and nobody's like super bored with it. Like Dave Ramsey say, do rice and beans. If I made rice and beans every day, my family would be like, we ain't eating, we refuse. So I have to make something with a little bit of interest, but I can't go above and beyond and make the most exquisite meals because I'm going to be broke doing that. I am broke doing that, was broke doing that. So that habit died hard of not going out to eat every time I get paid, like actually looking in my freezer to see what kind of meat I got to thaw it out the night before or the morning of. I have to look at what is it called, generic brand stuff, because a lot of the times that generic brand stuff be tasting the same, or it be tasting a little different, and so or be tasting more plain, and so you gotta like spice it up with your seasonings, your salt, your pepper, your cayenne, your garlic, your onion powder. You have to take an extra step to make it more flavorful by your own hand, by seasoning. Because like sometimes you'll buy a certain brand of stuff and you love it, but then you go to the store and you notice that brand is $1 more than a generic brand, and when you taste the generic brand, it tastes a little bit more plain. But if you add your own seasonings to it and stuff like that, because a lot of us got many different seasons in our cabinet, but so if you add your own seasonings and stuff, you could do it up. And so it's also teaching me how to cook and how to be more creative with my meals. So that's it. And then another thing, when the old habits die hard, like I'm so used to when I get paid treating myself. I feel like I need a treat after working 2 weeks and getting my paycheck and treating these patients good, because I work as a CNA. I feel like I deserve a special treat. So I'm going to go to Ross and get me an outfit or two, you know. I'm going to go do what I need to do. I'm going to go buy me some shoes and stuff like that. I can't do that no more. Now I just got to let my paycheck. I might buy something small like a coffee But I gotta let my paycheck do the talking. I gotta say, okay, well, my reward for working was my paycheck. And let it be. I'll talk to y'all more about it later because my daughter walking up and I want to have this conversation in front of her. But yeah, I'll hit y'all up. But that's what I'm learning so far. See y'all. Peace.